Hello, hello, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. Queued up for Breath of the Creator, as well as Sephiroth. Got Breath of the Creator, so here we go. More Alexander raids. This one's... well, I pretty much liked all of the ones from this final tier. I liked all the ones in the last tier as well. Gordius was... oh wait, did I go to the... I hope I went to the right one. I'm pretty sure I went to the right one. But... Gordius had the weakest fight design, in my opinion. And I didn't really get to showcase it either, why it's weak. I mean, the first fight actually had some good mechanics back in the day when you still had to do them. But... even back in the day, because of how, you know, the difficulty disparity between, you know, the first two fights and the third and fourth fight, I guess that has a lot to do with it, but more than that, you know, usually in a tier that involves something that's just a trash fight, and there's no actual concrete boss, it's just, you know, waves of trash. Like, while that can be fun, basically, the way they did it in Gordius forced one party member to basically learn something for the fight, which was how to pilot the Gobwalker, and only one person needed to pilot the thing, and only one person really could. You had a limited number of Gobwalkers, and that causes it so that if your Gobwalker person isn't there, you know, for some reason for raid, either you can't raid or someone else has to learn how to do it. I just think it was a bad design choice. And then after that, for Gordius, it's mainly the brutal difficulty of the last two fights, but also the fact that they had an intended mechanic in the fourth fight that could be completely cheesed. Not that there's not cheesable mechanics in Midas or Creator, but go as far away as possible from that. I guess he lived because he was a tank. That didn't take any damage though. Ooh. We're fighting Lamebrick's Strike Box, who's a goblin mercenary. He's honestly got a pretty cool look to him. And I like the whole trap thing where, like, you can actually screw yourself over. Like this is like probably one of the most unusual raid or trial fight arenas that they've ever made. You know, usually they're perfectly, you know, symmetrical square or a circle. This one is, you know, a rectangle. Complete with buzzsaws. I think it's also one of the most cramped quarters you have for fighting a raid boss. Oh, it looks like we're capped on poetics again. Oh, the 60 cap is good for giving poetics. It really is, without me noticing. What's great is, it looks like he might have died, but you know, there's no... It's a JRPG, and they operate on movie logic sometimes. If there's no body, or if they fall off into a bottomless pit, it's entirely possible that the writers will make it so that they live. And in the case of that goblin, you can actually encounter him again as a notorious monster / fate in Eureka Pyros. That's in the Stormblood expansion, and someday we might see that. Much swirly bright. Time wings can spread, travel to overtimes, make bad things good again. Oh, you'd think it would spin counterclockwise to go back in time, but whatever. Biggs, where are we? Why is everything spinning? Biggs, Wedge, can you hear me? Round Roxas engage Alexander's time distortion mechanism. We're hurling into the past. They all have blue hair. Oh, I guess two of those guys actually have black hair. Wait, no, it's just the angle. Me? Well, that's one way to show us a vision of the past. Aww. So that is in effect a time loop. We went back in time to try to stop it, And turns out we were the cause all along. Time is flat round shape. All things Uplanders and Gobbies did, are doing, and will do. Doings happen over and over and over again for all times. Yeah, we're always running away from the Illuminati. I don't think we really need to. Aw. You made Round Rock sad. Her booze soul lived in the machine. Yeah, I think he's probably okay. Thus spake Quick Thinks. I guess we could see if we get... Yeah, we know, okay. Let's see if we get in there. Maybe try to get in on Dark Knight, just cause. Let's see. 5 minutes it says. 5 minutes for which? Looking good, Alexander. Me, as a giant metal castle colossus thing. There was some way I saw that people were able to clip inside of the seal dome and fly around in there and take better screenshots of all of the parts of Alexander's body. But not me. I don't know what that trick is. Although there was also a trick someone showed me a long time ago in the gold saucer, where if you go into first person mode and walk in between like one of the lamps and one of the like stone plant things for potting plants or whatever, you know, decorative plants, you can actually clip into the wall of the golden saucer, and then you'll fall down and be underneath the golden saucer and just walking around, and it's really silly. And you're just like in a black abyss with the gold saucer music playing. And I actually managed to do that once, but I've forgotten the procedure. Although I guess I could go and hazard a guess with my memory while we're waiting on this queue. And of course, if the queue doesn't pop within like the next 10 minutes, then I'll just, you know, stop the recording, save the recording, and start the next recording when the queue finally pops. Whew. Man, the MANDERVILLE Golden Saucer takes almost as much time to load into as Limsolo Mensa. Honestly, the game has been really busy ever since the pandemic started. I mean, it was pretty busy from mid-February when 5.2 came out to till you know, till you know, lockdown started going into effect and whatnot. But ever since lockdown's been in effect, I've had login queues every day. It seems like even, you know, the low traffic time, people still are logging in and playing. I'm pretty sure it was right around here, and I don't know if they changed the layout of the saucer or if they fixed it, but you used to be able to see a line of people all trying to do it, and you could clip inside this wall, and you could walk literally behind that gate without zoning, and you could walk, and keep walking that way, and there's no, once you break a boundary, there's nothing to keep you from just walking on for eons, and like I said, you'll fall and you'll be underneath the floor, and you won't be able to see yourself all that well. depending on what your camera did when you fell through the boundary, through the floor boundary. There's another boundary break I remember doing once that a friend showed me. And it's in North Shroud. It's probably also been fixed, maybe. I don't know. Oh, also, if you're wondering what this horse is, it's Slipnir. It's Odin's mount, and you can buy it in the cash shop, and it's account wide for 24 bucks or something like that. And I never actually bought it. My friend, I had a scholar buddy from my very first Q. And it's Heart of the Creator, sweet. We get to keep the raid momentum going. But, not my very first raid group, but the first raid static that I really locked into, that I was never shortchanged in, ever, was with a free company called Purple Rain. And, leader was Morgan Le Fay, and I had Void Forever, Chrono Strife, Catsy Strife, Morrigan Cerebes, or whatever, and the other healer, oh, and Eola Echoes, and then the other healer would rotate out. Sometimes it was a guy named Blue Finifox, and the other times it was a guy named Malicious Misery. And our setup changed depending on that, because I think at first Mally only had tank, only had paladin. Anyway, Morrigan Cerebus decided that he liked me enough to buy me the Odin mount as a Christmas present. I didn't ask for it at all. He just decided one day that he was getting it for me, and he did. He gifted it to my Square Enix account. And that's the only time someone's bought me something from the gift shop, and the guy was not that good of a scholar, honestly, but far from the worst. His main issue was he was always high. Like, always high. I don't know if these actuators are a reference to any older Final Fantasy, or if they're from like 12 or 10 or something, or 13 possibly. I'm really not well acquainted with more modern Final Fantasies. I don't like them as much as the old. Now this guy is actually an asset trade. They traded with some other online game, and Blassty. But in 14, he is known as the Cruise Chaser. And the Savage version of this fight is soloable by level 80 Paladin. Let's get going. Now what's kind of funny is his fight in normal mode is actually a lot more chaotic than it is in Savage mode. You see, one thing about Savage mode is that they have to fine-tune how much damage you take. And as a result, they can't ever stack up passable mechanics that will deal more damage than you are capable of taking. And what that basically does makes it so that everything is very, very orderly and, you know, scripted. And sometimes there's a little bit of variance. Like this guy's Savage fight does have a little bit of variance, but his normal fight has way more. But this group is just absolutely kicking his ass. Like he's not even gonna do everything. But what's interesting though is his normal fight has mechanics that his Savage fight just does not have at all. Or they're so different, you know, you wonder why it's a thing in normal. And those two people are dead. But this is the first ever quick time event in Final Fantasy XIV. You press any button and you live. He doesn't have any telegraphs for his cleaves in Savage. That's one of the harder things about Savage. You just have to remember which is which. This shield, you have to attack from the front. If you don't break it, then it's Bad News Bears. As you can see, he's set the arena on fire. And so everyone's taking a fire dot the entire time as that happens. He does that in Savage too, but oh, I forgot to spend my poetics. I've wasted so many poetics. But it's not like we really need them, so at this point. Now if I had the next expansion up to the point where I could spend poetics there, I would happily get myself some poetics from there. But we don't, so I can't. They were glad to get that over with. Only took 6 minutes. We're what, like 35 minutes into a recording? Depending on how long the cutscene after this takes, might be able to queue into the next one and get it done, and then I can stop the video when the fight ends before exiting the instance and be okay. Kind of reminiscent of Bahamut's Crystal Core, right? You're lying out your ass. We saw when the book got knocked into the past. It doesn't have what we've just done, and it doesn't have what we're about to do written in it. You don't have the whole story, you bluffing MacGuffin. Yeah, you wish. The text there went automatically, so if you didn't read it, you'll have to pause. But he was just like, bad, you know, bad kitty. Yep. Just like Biff from Back to the Future. Would be nice if Sid and Co were actually doing stuff other than walking in here with me. They're basically my exposition crew. Nah, they'll do stuff eventually, maybe. Guess he's reaffirming his confidence here. Ah, he can control the Enigma Codex too. On second thought, probably just need to see if I can't unlock the next fight, and then Judgment Day, huh? Tick-tock, tick-tock. Time moves on in perfect past, giving way to perfect future. Worthy or unworthy of place in New World Order, Alexander will judge! Honestly, I don't like judging things. Whoa. Time freeze. But just inside the bubble. So we're screwed, right? Oh. Whew. That was no aloof dodge. Whew. Send me in to do what's what. It's a lot less flashy than Binding Coil, huh? I mean, the freeze time thing was pretty flashy, and we did almost die, just like Bahamut raining fire down on us. You know, it's a lot less active. It's like stop and go rather than Very well. Well, we'll stop here for now, and next time I'll queue up for Soul of the Creator, and we'll finish off the Alexander Raid series, and I'll kill myself. So, until next time, have a good day, stay safe.